Hey everybody, welcome back to more Pirate Galaxy. In the last episode, we covered some Terasa story missions and talked a little bit about gravitons. In this episode, we're going to be continuing our Terasa story missions. I do apologize it's been a while since I last updated, but I've been a little bit busy because I finally got a job. So, without further ado, let's get started on our Terasa story missions. Next mission is going to be behind enemy lines. Plank's got himself in a little bit of a stitch here, so we're going to help him out. Now this mission is pretty straightforward. Basically, Tobias, through some convoluted sense of honor, decided that it should be him to take the artifact to the Carl Sagan laboratory, which we'll learn a little bit more about later. But he got stranded down here on the planet's surface. So now we've got to go rescue him. Real quick, the mission area can spawn either here or up here in this corner. It's easier if it spawns right here because you do have to escort Plank back to this building, no matter which one it is. We're also, in this mission, going to finally meet our first Mantis Barbarian. Talked a lot about barbarians, but haven't actually gotten to meet one. Now you'll remember I mentioned about Mantis Barbarians that they have the attack buff. They get a 10% damage bonus after you get them down to half health. Let me see, and I keep killing them, oh well. There we go. That little orange carrot above them is what signifies the attack buff. So they can hit pretty hard, actually, when they have that running. Another thing I noticed about this mission when I was doing my practice runs is that you actually have to lock on Plank to get the mission to update. For whatever reason, there's a bug, it won't update if you don't lock on him. This is the Mantis unit that I forgot to mention in the last episode. It's a Mantis Parasite. As you can see, it looks very cool. Gonna get started on killing some of the stuff. But it also has a repair droid. As you can imagine, this is very, very annoying. If you're a tank pilot, the perforator can get annoying too. But yeah, these little parasites can be a pain, especially since they are the mantis that drop the repair droid in this system. So you have to kill them, especially if you're doing it solo. Anyway, that's all the mantis we have to kill to protect Plank from. All we need to do now is escort him back to the outpost. These parasites are quite aptly named. Turn on the music. I always forget to do that. One of these days I'll remember. When you're going through this area, you probably don't want to tangle with the commanders unless you absolutely have to. Don't go out of your way to attract their attention because they have a very bad habit of stunning Dr. Plank, and that's not good for keeping him alive. Ooh, Graviton. You'll remember from the last episode that that's a Pyro Graviton. Boosts firepower by 80% for 30 seconds. Now look at this. We had to escort Plank all the way back to the outpost just so he could go to orbit. What a dick. So that mission's pretty simple. Can be a little bit difficult going through the patch with all the Rocketeers if you're still in a Vega ship. I highly recommend at this point that if you don't have your Antari ship and blueprints yet, you go ahead and finish grinding those out now, because from here on you're going to want them. Next mission is Calm Before Storm. So this mission can be a little bit tricky. This is one of those ones that they want you to open up the map a little bit, but you're also messing around with custodian commanders now. So that can be a little bit difficult. What you're looking for is a custodian commander rank 20. The ones at the LZ are only going to be rank 18, just like everything else at the LZ. Let's go ahead and scan this one. It's 18. We need to find a higher one. So what you do is come down this middle path, and I mentioned, I think in episode 11, that there was a halfway decent E field right over here. This is where you're going to want to find your commander unit. Hopefully I can get this mission done before the server shuts down. An easy way of doing this mission and just getting away to orbit as soon as you're done is you can sort of hang back here and dodge the Avengers, because a commander unit eventually will come out of here. We don't really have time for that, but there's one actually. Scan that one. And oh, I forgot that you have to kill the thing too. So this can be quite a tricky mission. Those things definitely aren't easy. This is a good exit route, by the way you came, because there's this nice empty space here for you to get out of combat mode. Well, this mission is definitely not easy to do, especially even in an Antari ship. It can be quite tricky. Messing around with commanders is never much fun, in my opinion. Anyway, I think we'll have time for one, maybe two more missions, probably only one in this episode. Next mission is Heroic Defense. The intel we got off that custodian commander told us that there was a siege ship en route to the Carl Sagan. So, We are going to go fly down and stop it. Alright, so the important thing about this mission is don't let it intimidate you. What's going on in the story sounds a little bit scary, but it's really not so bad. As you can see, we're given a very large target area. The hardest part about this mission is the travel involved in it. And the only reason that's hard is because we go past a few patches of decently strong enemies. Now you'll notice when we got close to the target area, it shrank a little bit. This will happen a few times. Music died on me. It'll happen a total of 4 times, I believe. And your overall mission target is going to be right here in this area. Along the way, you'll get to watch the guards talk about how great their cool little weapons are. By this point, you should really have better weapons than all of the guards anyway. Target area is going to shrink one more time here. Need to be on the other side of this rock. If you guys ever get stuck and you can't see what's slipping you up, check your mini-map because the walls are only clearly defined down here on the mini-map. They tell you to stand back right here. Go ahead and listen to them. Just hang out over here outside of the aggro range of that thing. It hasn't attacked me on any of my practice runs, but I know it attacked me the first time I did this mission when I was actually in Antares. It is completely invincible, and you can do absolutely no good trying to fight it, and you only get yourself killed. Basically, they're going to fight it in vain until it wipes them all out. So like I said, this mission sounds a bit intimidating, but it's actually quite easy. Just get to stand back and watch the defense force get slaughtered. We will have to fight this thing fairly soon, though, so I don't think you're getting off too easy. Once it does kill the last Defense Force guard, what you need to do is scan it, and then you can go to orbit. So, not a very hard mission, nothing to be afraid of here. Alright guys, that about does it for this episode. Again, I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted. We are about halfway done with our Terasa story missions. In the next episode, we will hopefully get quite a bit further. See you guys next time.